anyone I wanted. I could just pick my one trapper keeper for the year, and it was so great. So it's just such a nice memory, and it always makes me smile when I see trapper keepers in the stores. They also have them at Target, although I'm not sure how many designs they have. And I only just saw these extra designs at Walmart yesterday. So, if you're interested, you could check them out. Your local Target or Walmart, you might be able to find these. So the first one I'm going to show you is the one I bought last year. Get this. I would have loved this one. Oh my gosh. So I'll kind of explain how we're going to do this video. So the first thing we're going to do is just take a look at the overall design, and see it's even on the back. Look at that. So we're going to look at the overall design of each of these 5 trapper keepers here, and then I'm going to trace the designs and the outlines for you in a nice close-up segment. So each trapper keeper is designed basically the same way. You're going to see that this section here, so this is part of the binder, so there's like a little 3-ring binder in here, and you're going to see the trapper keeper name, and they even have like the original font. That's exactly how they looked when I was a kid. It is so cool. Oh my gosh, trapper keeper. So you see this one has this lovely kind of a violet color, and it goes really well with the overall design. Then you have this part that kind of goes over the top, so it comes from the back and it flips over, and it is attached on the front with a Velcro. You can kind of see it under there. So it's noisy. I'm going to pop this open. It's very loud. And you will even see that the inside matches this part. Now I don't think it's that way on every trapper keeper, but each one, the colors and the designs are a little bit different. You open it up, and I have opened it upside down. So you're going to have it sitting on your desk like this, and then you open it up like that, there, and then see, you're going to just open it up on your desk. Now these are made by Mead, M-E-A-D. Here we have this piece. This is actually a little vinyl pocket right here, and it has holes in it, like right there. You can use this to put loose pieces of paper in. Inside the trapper keeper, you get 2 trapper keeper portfolios, and you have room for your name and a subject on each one of these. When you open up these folders, you have conversion tables up here, like meters, yards, inches, and stuff like that. So you have all kinds of interesting, helpful information. You have a multiplication table right there, a table of dry measure, liquid measure, all kinds of stuff, avoirdupois weight, linear measure, circular measure, surface measure, and you have just like a little ruler right there. So in this particular trapper keeper, we have like a dark purple folder and a black folder that is made the same way. So it has the same information. It's just a little pocket folder, and it has the holes in it to go in the 3-ring binder that is built into your trapper keeper. And there is room for more folders if you want to add additional folders. And back here we have a little clipboard. So you can fasten even more papers in there if you want to. You'll see that the inside of the trapper keeper is the same color as that outside part. So everything matches. So this is the coolest thing that you will see today. I'm telling you, this is the coolest thing. And this is the one I chose last year. I haven't actually used it for anything, but I had to have this. When I saw they had trapper keepers, I had to have this. That is the coolest design. Oh my goodness. So we will be seeing this again later. Now I'm going to show you the 4 that I just bought at Walmart. get a pretty blue folder too, and they're very shiny. They have a lovely shine. I love them. And they have this line that goes all the way around this way, and then you have Trapper Keeper portfolio down here. And then you have your little clipboard. And the interior of this Trapper Keeper is a pretty pink, just like the outside. Now, I did want to tell you before I go any further, you might be wondering, Mary, what the heck are you going to do with 5 Trapper Keepers? I'm donating them to the same elementary school that I donated all the school supplies to. They were very appreciative. They really were just so happy to have everything. I know that I discussed with one of the employees there that, you know, a lot of parents are struggling and have already said, you know, I don't know how I'm going to buy school supplies for my child. So they are very happy to get anything that people can give, and schools in your area may be the same way. If you're thinking of, you know, helping out, they would, anything you could do, they would be very appreciative and could really use anything you can give. So I'm going to give the 4 Trapper Keepers that I bought today, I'm going to take these and donate them to that same school. So the kids there, hopefully somebody can use these. And I'm thinking in an elementary school, I think they would love these. So, yes, look at that. So we're going to be tracing all the designs on here. So we're going to be looking at this one. This one reminds me of like Lisa Frank kind of stuff. Now look at this one. Oh my gosh. Here we have this beautiful cat. It's like a cheetah, I think. I'm not is that a cheetah or a leopard? I don't know. His head shape is a little strange. But look, his eyes match my nail polish. Oh, look at him. And he has a boombox. The kitty cat has a boombox. What? So it's the same design on the front, but I'm leaving the paper on here so that when we donate it, you know, I don't know if it matters, but I'm just going to leave that on there. I love the combination of this green with this kind of a pinkish color. I love that. And you can see here on all of these, this part has a texture to it. It's enforced so it will last longer, because sometimes this material can kind of split. But they've made these a little bit extra durable, so you can open it and close it a bajillion times and it's still okay. But yes, our kitty cat has a boombox. Look at his little boombox. It has a pink speaker and the little adjuster knob here, the tuner, and it's green. I love this. And the background is like a brick wall back here. And I love all this like spray paint and all the different colors. It has kind of a Lisa Frank vibe to it to me, with the neon colors and the cat, you know. Yes, definitely. I would have loved any of these as a kid. I mean, they had cool designs back then, but I think they've actually gotten better, and they still kind of maintain that 80s vibe. Alright, let's check out the inside of this one. Okay, now this one is very similar, although we have this beautiful green. Look at that green. Oh man, we have this green interior. Love it. And again, we have this same purple, the lighter purple folder. And this one is actually kind of a gray. It's like a dark gray. It's not black. It's like a dark gray. Very interesting. And then again, you have that green interior too. And of course, the little clipboard right there. These things just make me so happy. They make me ridiculously happy, and it's so stupid, but I don't care. I love them. I do. I don't think I will ever look at a Trapper Keeper and not smile. I wouldn't care if it was one of the solid color ones. And so this one, okay, so you have the Trapper Keeper here. They have the name here, and it's this really pretty green. I love that shade of green. It's so nice. It's very nice. So there's that one. This one kind of reminds me of Saved by the Bell. Remember the TV show. Makes me think of that. Look at this one. It has the geometric shapes to it, and you've got this sort of like an animal print with the pink and then the blue over here, and you can see the design even better on the back. You can fully appreciate it back here. I'm going to have so much fun tracing this one for you. Oh my gosh. So we have like an animal print with all the pretty colors. And you have your little zigzag, and then you have, of course, the checkerboard. There was a lot of that sort of thing in the prints back then. And then you have some yellow lines here separating it from the blue with these pretty geometric shapes. Yes. Oh, I love this one. This one is neato. I would have liked this one too. I would have thought this was so cool. Oh man. So for this one, the Trapper Keeper here has a black background, so it still has the same little Trapper Keeper here. The font is white to stand out, and then this part is black as well, but it still has that same ribbed texture to it. That makes it a little bit more durable, and it will keep it from splitting or tearing this way. So let's check out the inside of this one. Alright, and again, our little pocket here has the little holes in it, which is actually kind of cool. If you stick a pencil or something down in there, you're going to be able to see it in the little holes. So again, we have this kind of sort of a violet color folder here. And we have this pretty teal colored folder as well. And of course, with each one, you have room for your name and the subject up at the top. And again, you have the clipboard back here. And the interior is black, just like the trim and the sides on the front. Right there. Oh, nice. So that one's very neat. I love all of these. I want to get a job designing Trapper Keeper covers. That would be like my dream job. Oh, I would be very proud of myself as a kid if I knew I was going to grow up and do that. That would be so cool. That would be rad. And they have the little mead name up there in the corner too. And I have one more. I think I saved the best one for last. The one I think is the best. I saved it for last. And this was the first one I spotted. I was just walking through the school supplies looking for a binder. I just needed like a plain binder. And I saw this and I literally shrieked in the school supply section in Walmart. I shrieked. I couldn't. Look at this one. It's like a Delorean. Oh my god. I've always been a huge Back to the Future fan, and I love DeLoreans. So I just about died when I saw this neon DeLorean. Oh my god. Oh my god. So it was like this, and I just went, ah. I have to have that. I'm donating it. I'm not keeping it, but that is just so freaking cool. Oh, I may have to go back and get another one for myself. Honestly, this is the coolest thing, man. And I love the colors too. I love all the purples in here. And then you have the blue moon. Oh, man. Oh, I think this is my favorite Trapper Keeper. Oh, no, I take that back. I think the one with the horses on it that I think I had the one with the horses when I was in like 6th grade. I think that was my favorite Trapper Keeper ever. Yeah, it was green and it had horses on it, like 2 brown horses. I think that was my favorite. I think it did. I remember it had at least 1 brown horse on it, and I love that one. This is easily my second favorite, though. What? It's so groovy, oh my word. Let's look at the inside. This is the one I bought last year. And you will see the first thing that catches my eye is this. It's like a setting sun right here. We have the sun. And then we have like a little moon right here, sort of a silver looking little moon. And we have these stripes that come down like this. They're all different colors. You have yellow. This one is blue up at the top. You can see it's kind of blue, and then purple, and pink. And it just comes down. And if we look down here, we have this, it's like a dividing line right here. It's white with purple. And then we have these grid lines that go this way, like this. Those grid lines. Then we have grid lines that go this way. All these tiny little lines that go like this. We have all these little points up in this area. They're kind of green, you can see. And then they fade into a blue and they become kind of blurry down here. And then they fade into this kind of like a lavender color down here. All these little points with lines connecting them. Look at the points. And so pretty. And then we have like zigzag lines. They just go zigzag, 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 zigzag. And we have, this is kind of like a trapezoid. A little trapezoid shape right there. Like it just goes like that. Really cool. And you can see the little pieces for the little clipboard on the inside of the Trapper Keeper. So this is the first one. It's very cool. Very cool. And we even have down here these little swirls and swoops that sort of bend as they come down this way. Shoo, shoo, like that. And we have another shape. Look at this one. We don't really see it all because it kind of goes off the edge right there, but I bet it is very similar to this one right here. It's very pretty. I like it. I love all these colors. I showed this Trapper Keeper to my older son and he said it was actually very cool. He said it had kind of a vaporwave look to it. I said it just looks totally radical to me. So that's our first Trapper Keeper. The second Trapper Keeper is very similar, although you will see some distinct differences. For one thing, this Trapper Keeper features a palm tree, and you can see the palm fronds coming out this way. You see that we have all these bricks. Look at all the rows of bricks. You can see the separations in the bricks here, just between the bricks. And we have, it looks like little splatters of spray paint. We have green and pink. And up here we have purple. And there's more purple there. And more pink and green up there. I love all the beautiful colors in this picture. You can see the green spots. We have pink and green. And then down here, we have the little ball pads in purple. And there's the ground. You can see the outline. And the ball comes just over the boombox right here. And here it comes in front of the boombox. I think this might be a little bit of the tail right there. And then you have the ridges. It sounds like a cat purring. It does, it sounds like a cat purring. I just want to pet the cat. Very cute. Here's the outline of the cat. Very nice. And now we have the fourth Trapper Keeper. Now this Trapper Keeper has distinct sections. This top one up here, you can see that we have all of these lovely little shapes. We have lots of triangles. And straight lines, too. We have a lot of those. Just short little straight lines. And zigzag shapes. Lots of little zigzags. And little pink flecks, like little dots. Oh, it's like a light pink. Look at that. And then down here you will notice we have 3 yellow lines that run parallel. 1, 2, 3. All the way across, they just go diagonally across. And then we have a section that is like a checkerboard or a chessboard. It's black and white squares like this.
go off into the distance.